Level 1, the rhyme rookie. This is where rap starts at its most basic form. The point where someone can rhyme but can't quite rap. The timing's off, the bars don't land, and half the time it sounds like they're fighting the beat instead of riding it. Silk the Shocker is the perfect example. A New Orleans legend in his own right, but known for being all over the place rhythmically. Sometimes ahead of the beat, sometimes way behind it. It's a part of his charm now, but at the time, people couldn't tell if he was trolling or serious. Blueface took that same unorthodox energy and turned it into a meme era staple. When Tatiana blew up, fans couldn't tell if he was rapping offbeat on purpose or he just didn't have the awareness that he was offbeat. Either way, it worked. He made rapping off-tempo a whole aesthetic. Then you got Lil Pump and Lil Xan, who simplified rap down to repetition and catchphrases. Half the lyrics don't mean anything, but they're engineered to be stuck in your head. They rap for the catchiness, not the message. And Famous Dex, pure energy. The kind of rapper who might forget his own lyrics mid-performance and keep going like nothing happened. It is chaotic, but somehow entertaining. This tier isn't about pen skill, it's mostly about personality. These guys prove that in rap, even if your bars are nonsense, confidence and a viral moment can still make you a star. Level 2, the template rapper. At this level, rappers start sounding polished. Clean delivery, solid flow, and catchy hooks. But if you strip away the beat, every song kind of feels the same. It's all rhythm and structure, but no evolution. These are the template rappers, the artists who mastered one formula, and they never switch it up because it works. Nelly was one of the earliest examples. In the early 2000s, his mix of melody and simplicity made rap feel pop ready. Every song followed a similar bounce. Smooth hooks, sing rap verses, and radio-friendly flow. It was catchy enough to go diamond, but it was always pretty predictable. DaBaby built a whole career off that same predictability. For a minute, he was everywhere. Every feature, every remix. But his flow never changed. Fans started calling his music copy and paste rap. Even he joked about it once, saying, "If it ain't broke, don't fix it." There was even videos of his engineers saying he would sometimes record one word at a time, so that probably added to his style. NLE Choppa brings the same energy. Sharp delivery, perfect pockets, but most of his songs hit the same flow pattern and rhyme scheme. It's high energy rap, designed to get people hyped, not analyzed. G-Eazy fits the other side of this level. Precise delivery and clean writing, but safe. He's got the image, the sound, and the confidence, but every verse feels like it's following a checklist. Setup, punchline, and then cool line about success, and done. This level is about control without creativity. The technique's there, flow, rhythm, timing, but it's predictable. You know exactly what the next bar is gonna sound like just before it hits. Level 3, the flow architect. This is where rappers stop fighting the beat and start bending it. Flow becomes a weapon. How they breathe, stretch syllables, and their shifted cadences turn into part of the rhythm itself. These are the flow architects. Artists who can make a simple line sound godlike, just by how they deliver it. Twista was one of the first to treat flow like engineering. He rapped so fast and so clean that engineers had to slow down his verses just to make sure the words were real. But it wasn't just speed, it was control. Every bar hit the pocket perfectly. Tech 9 took that precision and made it an art form. He built entire rhyme patterns out of syllable symmetry. Fast, complex, but still perfectly understandable. His double time flow is what most new school fast rappers are still trying to copy. Bone Thugs and Harmony brought melody into the mix. They were rapping in harmony before autotune even existed. Stacking vocals, bending notes, and flipping between singing and rapping in ways that no one else could. Their flow wasn't just rhythm, it was emotion. Then you got JID, the modern evolution of all of that. His flow is like jazz, unpredictable, effortless, and sharp. He'll switch pockets mid-verse, change tone halfway through a bar, and still somehow sound perfectly in control. This level is all about precision and performance. The flow architect doesn't just ride the beat, he rearranges it. Level 4, the wordsmith. This is where rap stops being instinct and starts being craftsmanship. Every bar has structure, the rhymes line up clean, and the punchlines land exactly where they're supposed to. These are the rappers who actually write, not just record. T.I. is one of the clearest examples. His flow has always been about balance. Street talk delivered with perfect diction. Songs like What You Know or Top Back were one of the most complex lyrically, but every bar fit like it was measured. He made writing tight verses look effortless. Jadakiss is a definition of precision. His bars were arranged perfectly. Setup, punchline, wordplay, delivery, all clean with no filler. Even when he's on a feature, you can tell when he enters a verse just by how polished the writing sounds. Big Sean took that structure and added personality. He turned clever punchlines and metaphors into his signature. Sometimes it was cringy, sometimes brilliant, but always intentional. Every line feels like it was designed to stick in your head. Joyner Lucas brings storytelling and flow together in a technical form. His verses are tight and thematic, but he never loses control. It's lyrical performance art with structure behind it. And Denzel Curry represents this level's intensity. His pen is sharp, his timing is precise, and his verses hit like they're being fired through a metronome. He raps with discipline and raw energy at the same time. This level is all about the writers who respect the form. They care about syllables, spacing, and delivery. The wordsmith knows that the difference between a good rapper and a great one is control. Level 5, the narrator. At this stage, lyrics stop just being clever. They start feeling real. The narrator knows how to turn a verse into a movie scene. It's all about perspective, emotion, and storytelling that sticks with you long after the song ends. Scarface has been doing that since the early 90s. Songs like I Seen a Man Die and On My Block sound like confessionals, raw, honest, and visual. You can picture every line because he writes it like he lived it. Slick Rick practically invented the art of storytelling in rap. Children's Story plays like a full short film, complete with characters, tension, and a moral at the end. He used humor and personality to keep his stories human, not just heavy. Ice Cube brought realism and perspective to storytelling. His verses sound like reports straight from South Central, calm tone and brutal honesty. It Was a Good Day showed what peace looked like in his world, while A Bird in the Hand or Who's the Mac broke down the system behind the struggle. He didn't exaggerate, he documented. That's what made his stories hit harder than most rappers' punchlines. Royce da 5'9" takes the modern approach, introspective and psychological. Songs like Boblo Boat and Caterpillar shows how he can tell stories about youth, regret, or growth with sharp structure and detail. It's storytelling with maturity. The narrator level isn't about punchlines or speed, it's about truth. These rappers don't just describe what happened, they make you feel it. Level 6, the code writer. This is where lyricism turns into a puzzle. Every bar has layers, metaphors, callbacks, and double meanings. The kind of lines you can listen to 10 times and still catch something new. These are the code writers, rappers who hide messages inside the music. MF Doom built a whole universe around this idea. His lyrics sound random on first listen, but every reference, every punchline ties back to something. Comics, food, pop culture, or the villain persona he created. He wrote like a mad scientist, using humor and wordplay to make complex bars feel effortless. Jay-Z represents the opposite style, subtle and refined. His writing looks simple on paper, but every bar has a double meaning. On The Evils, he raps about greed and temptation using religious metaphors. On 99 Problems, the phrase, I got 99 problems but ain't one, changes meaning every verse. First a woman, then the police, and then the problems that come with fame. There's a video with him recording with Timbaland, and he said he doesn't even write his raps down. He just thinks of it in his head and records right off the dome. Kendrick Lamar built his entire catalog on layers. To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn read like books, full of hidden structure, reverse track lists, and themes that connect across albums. His lyrics can be decoded from political, spiritual, or personal angles, all at once. J. Cole writes with the same depth, but from a grounded place. His songs have quiet wisdom, stories, morals, and subtle symbolism hidden under plain language. What sounds simple is usually a reflection of something deeper he's lived. Logic takes a more technical approach. Syllable stacking, mirror rhymes, and coded sequences. He uses patterns and structure to make even personal tracks sound like lyrical math equations. Drake isn't as dense technically, but his writing is coded emotionally. His verses double as messages, disses, and reflections all at once. You can decode his music like conversation, personal enough to feel real, indirect enough to stay mysterious. The code writer doesn't just rap, he designs language. Every verse is written for two audiences, the casual listener and the ones decoding every bar. Level 7, the Godpen. This is the peak of lyricism, where writing becomes legacy. The Godpen isn't about technique or flow anymore. It's about message, impact, and the truth that outlives the artist. These are the rapper whose words became cultural scripture. Tupac spoke from the soul, raw, emotional, and prophetic. His writing was simple enough to reach anyone, but powerful enough to shift an entire generation. He could go from rage to vulnerability in one verse, making pain sound like purpose. Songs like Brenda's Got a Baby and Changes turned social issues into poetry that still hits decades later. The Notorious B.I.G. brought balance, smooth storytelling, and street realism wrapped in effortless flow. He didn't just describe his world, he elevated it. Every bar was detailed, controlled, and cinematic, like he could slow down time inside a verse. Nas was the poet of the streets, intelligent, grounded, and timeless. Illmatic wasn't just an album, it was literature. His imagery and internal rhymes set the bar for what a rap verse could sound like when written like a novel. Eminem turned self-reflection into a weapon. His writing dissected pain, ego, addiction, and fame with brutal honesty. Nobody flipped emotion into wordplay like him. Even when he's showing off technically, every verse carries real weight, and Rakim laid the blueprint for all of them. Before him, rap was simple: setup, punchline, done. He introduced internal rhymes, spiritual thought, and structure that changed how everyone wrote forever. Every complex lyricist owes something to Rakim. The Godpen isn't just lyrical mastery, it's immortality. These are the pens that redefined what rap could mean, sound like, and stand for.